Hello, hola, and hello to all my friends and family out there in YouTube land. It is your girl Londyn and today I'm coming at you with a pretty cool product review. It is a hair straightener, but it is a hair straightener unlike anyone I have seen until now, and that is because it is in the shape of a hairbrush. It seems kind of sort of like that would be something somebody would have thought of a while ago, considering this is like supernatural to do with your hair instead of like two clamps, but two plates. But I haven't seen it until now. And the first time I saw it was on the Graveyard Girl Bunny's video, and I saw her use it on her hair. And then I was like, that kind of looks pretty neat, but does it work for all kinds of hair? And I kind of wanted to take a look and see. So this is the Dafni hair straightener, and it's pretty cool, I think. I've been using it for probably about 2 weeks now, and I have to say that I do actually like it. I wasn't, even though I thought it was cool, I wasn't sure if I was going to particularly like it better than the traditional flat iron, because that's usually what I go to. Today, that's how I curled my hair, with the traditional flat iron, because I don't use a regular barrel curler. I just kind of like how the flat iron gives my curls a little more time to stay and to hold in my hair. But I have found that with this particular hair straightener, I don't burn my hands as much because it's not just two plates that you have to hold together, and it doesn't make my hair as hot when it is actually being straightened. So let me go ahead and get into some of the details of this. First off, clearly it looks like a hairbrush. The purple part of this is where the hair is going to be heated. That's the part, those are the quote unquote the plate, ceramic plate that gets heated. And so when you use it on your hair, you want to kind of pull your hair against it so that way it makes contact, because there isn't two plates that kind of squeeze the hair in between it, and that is how your hair is going to get straightened. It has an on and off button right here. So right now it's in the off position, and you just go ahead and press it, and when you press it on, stop it, did I not plug this in? Preparedness, people. Preparation and preparedness. So oh my god, stop on so many levels. Okay, so I'm going to actually have to plug this in, so give me 2.2 seconds. I'm gonna be right back, because I should probably take this portion out, but this is the realness of what happens when you think you're totally prepared to kind of like record something. You're not prepared at all. So give me 1 second, I'll be right back. Okay, hola all my fine people, I'm back, and this time I do have it plugged in. It did not play me out the way it just did before. So we are rocking, we're rolling, we're finally cooking with oil here. So again, let's start this over. In the off position, no color. When you press the on position, it turns red. Takes about, I believe, 60 to 90 seconds to heat up. When it heats up, then the circle turns green. It's typically about the standard time it takes a regular flat iron to heat up. You do not want to use this on wet hair. So this is not a wet to dry flat iron. Absolutely not. You want to use this only on dried hair, not wet hair. Don't do it. Don't do it. Not damp hair. Don't do it. Don't do it. I tried it on not damp hair, but just like overnight hair that was drying. And so it was moist. I know people hate that word, but it was kind of like moist in the morning. And let me just let you know, don't do it. It will cause the hair to almost feel a little bit fried and get like a hard texture to it, which of course is user error. I just wanted to see what would happen, and that's what happens. It kind of creates like a quote unquote like hard pan on the hair. So do not do that. Only use it on dry hair. You want to, it is now ready, it's green. You want to make sure you have brushed your hair. Now of course I've worn my hair today. It has some loose curls in it, but it is pretty much brushed through, but I want to see how well it straightens it from a curled position like this, and see what it does. Now this does not have a heat setting. You cannot set this to any heat. As soon as you turn it on, it says a constant 365 degrees. Now for some people, they may say that's too high for them. I understand, because when I use my flat iron, I only use that at like 3 to 325. For some people, 365 is not going to be hot enough for them. Some people use their flat irons at 4 to 420, sometimes up to 450, depending upon the coarseness of their hair. So keep that in mind. This stays at a constant 365. No temperature change, no way for you to change it, no way for you to gauge it. It just stays that way. The thing that's cool about this too is that if you leave this setting down and say you go to work and you're like, oh shoot, I think I forgot to turn that off, or maybe you turn it on and get a phone call, it will turn itself off after about 15 minutes, 10 minutes of no movement. It has like a motion sensor in it, so if it's just laying flat and there's no movement, nobody's picking it up, it will go ahead and it will auto shut itself off, and it has done that with me, so I know for a fact that's not just something I've read, it has happened. It auto turns itself off. Right now you can only get this at germstore.com here in North America. That's kind of a con because you can't go into the store, you can't touch it, you can't feel it, you can't see if you like the weightiness of it, you can't see if it hurts your hand, you can't see if you would like kind of just the motion of doing it, so that is definitely a con. Also, right now, currently, it is $199, so I know that for a lot of people, that is going to be something that is an expense outside of the budget for something like this. Whether or not I think that it is worth it, I think being worth it is kind of relative because everybody's budget, number one, is different. So what somebody can afford versus what somebody else can't afford makes it seem like, you know, is or is it not worth it? And depending upon the type of hair that you have. You may say, yeah, really, I think it straightens your hair, but I don't think that I need to have that. You know what I mean? Where somebody who maybe has coarse hair, super coarse hair, or frizzy hair, and they just have a hard time managing it, they don't like the two plates, makes it it's absolutely worth it regardless of the price. So it really is just relative to you. I have enjoyed it. For me, I definitely think that I thought that it was worth it as far as it did what it was supposed to do. I thought that it did make my hair look very nice. So I did like the product. Price wise, if I'm being totally honest, $199 for me is too expensive really for any type of hairstyling tool for me right now. Really in my life, I just don't have $199 to kind of go ahead and spend on a tool such as this, even though I think that it did do well. I thought that it did what it was supposed to do. I did actually like the function of holding it like a hairbrush a lot better than the two plates. It felt better in my hand. It felt more natural, but I just don't have the $199 to kind of spend on it. With this, I was lucky enough that, you know, Dafni contacted me and asked if I wanted to review it, and I was like, absolutely. You know, I'd seen it on Graveyard Girls channel, and I did want to see, you know, what it could do. So in that way, I was super blessed with that. But on my own, I just don't have $199 to spend on it, although I do think that it did what it was supposed to do. So let's go ahead and let's see what we are going to be able to do here. So like I said, you can see some loose curls, so I'm just like finger combing it right now to kind of make it a little bit easier to get through some of these curls right here. So let's take a section of hair like this. And I have found when I first went underneath, it was really hard to drag through the hair. So I don't like doing it that way. I like taking just a section of hair and going over the top of it, just like you would a regular hairbrush. So again, you want to hold the hair whatever way feels comfortable for you, but you want to make sure the brush goes through it and it is on it. Okay, so that's basically 1.5, 2 passes, and it's completely straight. And you can see how straight it is here compared to this, or compared to the other side of my hair, which has curl in it. This is completely straight. So just in that little bit of time, 1.5 passes, it completely straightened it, which that is something that I really liked about it. I thought it did it very quickly. My hair doesn't feel dry or rough. I don't know, it's just the feel of it is just much more natural than a traditional flat iron. You just do it exactly like you would do a brush. You make sure it is flat against the hair, and then you just go ahead and you can start. Now some of these I'm having to go over a little bit more because of course, like I said, I did curl it, but that's kind of the point. You kind of want to see how it is without with curls that you don't want to try to straighten straight hair. That's kind of goofy. So if you can see, this is the hair that clearly has a curl on it, so it looks a little bit shorter because it has a curl on it, and this is the side that it flat ironed. I mean it completely is flat. Now you might say, why are you doing so many passes? Isn't that a lot of passes? Because traditionally with a flat iron, you really don't want to go over it more than once, twice max. But the thing about it is that with this, even though you're putting the hair against the plate, and by that, let me show you. It'd be like this. You see the hair is inside there, but you go over the, on the top. Now you can do it underneath if that feels fine for you. For me, I don't like it that way. I like going to the top. But like I was saying, a traditional flat iron, you really don't want to go over it more than once, twice max. Or you want to use a lower setting if you have to go over it more times because your hair maybe is a little coarse or hard to manage. With this, even though it's a constant 365, because it's not being squeezed in between two plates, it's just going like this. The hair isn't getting kind of ovened, I guess I would say. So instead of the hair being in between two plates getting smashed like this and basically being fried on both sides, it's getting heat from one side that's just penetrating through the bottom and the top, or the top to the bottom. So I feel like, in my personal opinion, it can survive more passes and not have the type of damage it would have with a traditional flat iron. That's just in my opinion. That's just for me with my hair. Your hair may be different. You may say, absolutely not, I'm not going through it more than once, and that is completely fine. As you can see, the first time it totally did it, but I like to go over mine a couple more times, just like I would with a brush, just because that's what that's my personal preference. Everybody has a different personal preference, so how you choose to do it, you can do it. But as you saw with one pass, it did straighten it, and it has body, it has movement. And that's the thing that I like about this too. If I'm looking at it, it's because my mirror's here. That's the thing that I like about this too, is that when you flat iron your hair with a traditional flat iron, a lot of times what happens is your hair can become very stiff and pin straight, which a lot of people like that look. And if you like that look, by all means, you know, everybody has a different preference. But I particularly, because I don't have really thick, full hair, which is why I try to add, you know, a lot of curls to it. I like my hair to have body to it. Otherwise, it looks very, very flat. It looks very, very just lifeless. I like this because although it straightens it, my hair still has body and movement. It's not stuck to my head. It still has some life to it. It doesn't feel like just pin straight and flat. So if you're looking for something that's going to straighten your hair, as you can, and you can see just how easy my fingers are to go through my hair, how manageable that is. If you're looking for something that's going to straighten your hair, but at the same time, it is also going to give you some body, I think that this is fantastic. So again, that comes into the weighing of the cost, the having to order online and not being able to touch it, if you think it is worth it. Now for me, I think it's worth it. I think that, again, I can't afford a $199 tool. So on my own, I would think it was worth it. But if you were to say, okay, now do you want to make the purchase? I just can't. I don't have $199 to spend on it. But I think it's worth it. I think that it straightened my hair magnificently. It gave me the body, gave it the life. It's not frizzy. It's shiny. I like it. It didn't make it look dull or anything like that. But I just, you know, the price point for me is just a little bit too high. But in my opinion, I do think that if you have the extra money, birthday money, or going to get a gift and want to try it out, I personally do think that it is worth it, because I do have hair that, again, is very naturally curly, and it tends to get curly at the root. Like by tomorrow, my hair will get wavy again at the root. I don't always like to go over it again with a flat iron or a blow dryer because it starts to damage it. This, I feel like, is a little less damaging because you can just go through it real quick heat on it, be done with it. It didn't smush it between two plates, and you're good to go. So, like I said, you can see how straight this side is compared to this side, which is still holding a curl. Straight, I mean curled. I mean, you can definitely see the difference between it. I think it's fantastic. I definitely would say give it a try. You know, there are some pros, there's some cons. You'll have to make the decision for yourself if you think that it's something that you find worth it to you, if you find worth giving it a try and seeing if it's something that you like. But I personally really enjoy it, and I think that it did a fantastic job. Like I said, I have been using this for 2 weeks or so, and I am really, really liking it. I like that it was able to just let it go from curled to flat that quickly, so you can start over with a new style. So I think that is very cool. And yeah, so I just wanted to come to you guys, and again, it's green. We turn it off, it beeps, and the light goes away. I just wanted to show you guys that and let you guys know of a new product that is out there. You can get it again at germstore.com, and I think that it definitely works really, really well. And I hope you guys think that it works well too. So if you guys have tried this, please leave me a comment in the comment section down below. If you want to try it, leave me a comment in the comment section down below. If you have any questions, leave me a comment in the comment section down below, and I will try to answer them the best that I can. And if you guys enjoyed this video, please give me 2 very enthusiastic thumbs up. If you have not already, please hit that subscribe button so that way you can get notifications of any of my other videos like this, so we can hang out, chit chat, and just, generally do what we do. And until next time, guys, I love you so very, very, very much, and I will see you guys in my next video. I love you guys. Bye.